Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Access Chapter 2 Grader 2G Concerts and Sponsor. So if you want to complete assignments or exam, you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email. If you want to complete MylTLab courses, is Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Access. We can do online courses in accounting, math, stat, finance, economics, writing, and other courses. So the assignment title is a GO19 Access Chapter 2 Graded 2G Concerts and Sponsor. So project description is the in this project you will use to database answer and question to college area. You will create the relationships to table query and create the queries numeric compounds and then field or box table, and you create the calculating statistics and query create the param- parameter query. So we move to the main project step. So the main project step is start access, open the file student access 2G concert sponsors and download with this project. So go to the access file, and I have already downloaded the access file. We can move to the question number 2. So question number 2 is using the sponsor ID as the common field, create a one-to-many relationship between the sponsor table and then consult the table between the sponsors table and then enforce the refresh integrity and enable both cases option. Create the relationship report with the normal to margins and save the A3 relationships and close all open objects. So using the sponsor ID in the common fields. So select the sponsor ID is to the common tables and create the one-to-many relationship between the sponsors table and concerns table. So go to the create tabs and go to the database tool and go to the relationships and click the relationships and open double clicks is the sponsors table and double click the concerns table. So insert the sponsors table and concerns table, and next is the between the sponsors table and concerns table enforce the refresh integrity and enable the both cascade option. Create the relationship reports in the normal margins and save as A3 relationships and close the all objects. So insert the concern concerts ID or sponsor ID. So insert that sponsors one to many election is the choosing the sponsor ID. So select the sponsor ID and the sponsor ID relationship is to the sponsor ID fields. Create the one to many relationships sponsor table and concern. So enforce the definition integrity and enable the cascade option. So select the enforce integrity and cascade options. Force integrity enable the cascade options and create a relationship reports to normal to the margins. So click creates and create the relationship reports. So create the relationship reports. So insert the relationship reports and save and with the normal to margins and save the A3 relationships. Margin is to the normals. So go to the page size of groups and click the margins, apply the normal margin and save as to the A3 relationships. So copy the table name is to the A3 relationships, right click and save and A3 relationship, click OK. So the relationship new report is to the A3 relationships and close all open objects. So right click, click the save and close the relationships, and right click and click save and close the relationships. So question number 2 is complete. We can move to the question number 3. So the question number 3 is, in the last record of the sponsor table, change the sponsor ID from the sponsor 100 to sponsor 100, and then close the table. The later date record in the contents table will be automatically updated. So in the last records is the sponsor ID. Delete the records, open the sponsors table, and last record sponsors table, change the sponsor ID 108 to the sponsor 100. So the last record is changes the 100 and press enter button. So the sponsor is the 100, and then close the table. The related record in the consult table automatically, and so select the right click and save and close the table, and then close the table. So question number 3 is complete. We can move to the question number 4. So question number 4 is copy the concerts 1000 or more queries to create the new query with the name is to the John April concerts query, and design the query to the answers question, that is the dates, concert name, concert location, and box office the response, and concert the between 1 by 1 2022 and 433, and sorted seeding the order, and run the query and close the query, saving the changes to the query. Query designed to the concern the table answer the question. So copy the concerns or more and create the new query with the name is to the change and free appeal to the concerns query. So copy the name and select the concerns or more query, right click and copy the query. So copy the query and paste the query. Right click and copy the query and paste the query. So query name is to the January concerts query, and click OK. So insert the new query to January April to the concerts query, and redesign the query to the answer the question, what is the dates, concerts name, concert locations, and a box of your reception, and concert the between under to the sorted it in the settings area only the date field, and run the query. So 5 record display, close the query and save changes to the query. So open the new query, right clicks and go to the design view, and redesign the query to the question is to the question is what is the dates and concern name, concern locations. So apply the what is the query in the answer is the what is the dates. So the field is to the date and concert's name, delete the column and insert the concern name. So insert the concern name and concert locations. So place the concert locations. Add the new column is the concert locations and box office to the respects for the concert between 1/1/2022 and then 4/30/2022. So insert the new columns to the box office and read the column. So the concerts between the sorted seedings order only the date fields. So copy the fields and the concert is to the and press enter. And next is sorted seedings order only by date field. Seedings order is to the date fields. Seeding order is the date fields and run the query and 5 record display. Close the query, saving the changes to the query. So go to the results group and click the run the query and close the query and save the changes to the query. So right click and click the save and close the query. So question number 4 is complete. So question number 4 is complete. We can move to the question number 5. So question number 5 is create a query in a query design view based on the concerts table to answer the question what is the date, concerts name, concert location and box office expression and concert the locations is to the community theaters and Austrian city centers for box have amounts that are greater than thousands and sorted seedings order by date fields and on the query save the query to the and then close the query. And next is create the query design view based both table and answer the question what is the sponsor name, concerts and radio to the another question. So if you want to complete assignments or exam you can contact on my WhatsApp link and email.